Good morning, everybody. All righty, welcome to my Monday motivational call. I'm going to call this Meg's marching orders for today. Feeling a little bit like, okay, we have 10 days left in this month. Let's make some stuff happen. All right, so pop in the chat whatever your win was from this past weekend or this past week. We want to hear all the wonderful things. When we focus, it's interesting how when we focus on gratitude and wins, how that's when we focus on that, that's often more of what we get. And so let's put the discouraging things aside, whatever happened last week, and focus on all the good things. So I told the girls on Marco Polo on Friday, I'm like, okay, it is my intention to school my kids with excellence, finish strong for the first week of school, and close somebody. Like, I don't care who it is. I need to close somebody because I have all these conversations in the wings. And so my win is that actually 2 people got started. And I was just telling the girls that one of the girls had texted me that she was ready. We're going to do the reset triplex. And anyways, our cell tower locally went down and they were working on it. So we didn't have hardly any reception on Friday and Saturday, which was crazy. So anyways, it forced me to call that lady. I was like, because my texts were bouncing back. So she wasn't seeing any of my conversation. And so I just called her on the phone and was like, April, oh my word. Okay. Hey, it's Megan. I just wanted to call you really quick. The texts are not going through. So, tell me what questions you have, reset triplex. If you're ready to get started, I will just, if you feel comfortable with me popping your order in, I can do that real quick. She's like, oh yeah, I'm setting up for this Republican dinner. I'm like, oh, my parents? So anyway, there's this fun conversation, but it was quick. So all that to say, consider moving your Facebook conversations to a text message thread or text message. And then don't be afraid to just call them. Like if you're kind of at that point of like, okay, they've told you what their pain points are, you've chatted through, asked all the questions, and then it's just ready for them to start, call them up. You don't even have to say, can I call you? Just call them and be like, hey, it's me. What questions do you have? Let's chat through the rest of it. And then let's just get you started. Okay. So don't be afraid to actually close people. Remember, I remember Jessica Heffley saying years ago, you can only help people once they start. And so don't be afraid to call them up. So go try that today. Try it and report back and let's see how it works. Okay, so some of you may be feeling like, all right, if you just popped on, we're sharing our wins from last week or last weekend. And then, oh yeah, so I had one girl that I called and signed up on Friday, and then my sweet friend Dee Dee, that's actually been at some of our events here, but she just kind of fell off the bandwagon with her products, and we kind of dabbled a little bit trying to get her to silver at one point. But anyways, she's motivated and said, okay, I'm restarting the product and I am going to share and I'm going to work this business this time because I need to. So I'm working with her on that. She messaged me and that she got started. And I think she did maybe a custom welcome pack. I think she might have done the reset too. So all that to say, keep talking about reset. We are doing a reset this week, team wide. I feel a little bit like we're crash landing into it, but it's totally fine. There's no issue if you have not said anything about reset since the last reset at the beginning of August. Okay, so operation for this week, one of the marching orders is talk about reset. Pop it in your stories, go live, do a good 10-minute Facebook live or Instagram reel, whatever it is. Get the word out, market it like crazy. It's so interesting. The more we post about something, the more signups we get in that particular product or whatever we're sharing about. So let's reset this week. Do a project broadcast blast or text message your team to let them know that, hey, we're kicking off another team-wide reset. It's still discounted $40. Do you want to do it? Or, hey, I know you did the one earlier this month. Who do you know that may want to try the reset? We're doing it as a group. So, you can just plug them into what we're doing. Okay. So have those conversations. Okay. So that's marching order number 1. And I just popped up a prep post so you can tag people. I'm going to have Amanda remake the header and put a welcome graphic and post up so we can get people tagged in that. But yeah, remind people and keep a little tab on who you have on your team doing the reset. That way you can make sure you tap in with them personally in Messenger, but also let's keep the excitement high in that group all week long. So part of your IPA each morning, go in there and comment or tag your person or people that are doing it. That way they have day 1, day 2, day 3, and you're like stepping with them through it. Okay. Let's see. Amy Booker. Oh, she was on the last call, so I still have to chat up from there. Her intention this week is to add 3 before the month is over because she wants those packing cubes. We're going to talk about that in a minute. Okay. Rose added 2 last week, and she's signing up for fall events. Ooh, that's an awesome way to expand your network. Talk to Angie Ambrosetti and Laura Ferry about that. Laura does a lot of cash and carry, so she'll sell a lot of product at those vendor events. Okay, Melody said lots of business conversations happening and super excited about that. Lots of reach outs and having lots of no's. Yes, normalize the no's. I think we talked about this maybe on the last call, but in case you didn't catch that one, remember, do not have business conversations because you feel like they don't work, because you get no's. You have to keep going in light of those. The no's that you get back are completely normal. Remember, you're going through a filtering process. Okay, so if they say no to the business, just default back to the products and find out what their pain points are. If they have, some frustrations in their health. I love asking, what's frustrating you most right now with your health? Okay, write that down. That's a good little one-liner to use for the people that you're chatting with health about. Okay, and in light of talking about the business and recruiting people for the business, your joins may be slower and you probably will get more no's, but that is normal. Okay, it's part of this business. And if you're not doing that part of this business, you're basically whacking your team. Well, exponential growth is whacked in half, and you need to be having 50-50, half business conversations, half product conversations. And I would say 99.9% of us are having mostly product conversations. We're having mostly health conversations. We're having mostly health posts. Okay. And so in order to shift that culture on your team, you're going to have to do something uncomfortable. Okay. You'll get over it. Start having business conversations, start posting about the business, start going live about the business. The more you do it, the easier it becomes. Okay. And you want business people on your team. I promise you. Okay. And if you're having those conversations, you're like, it's not going anywhere. Don't get frustrated. Okay. Sometimes we can have, and I understand the feeling, but I'm just saying as your mentor and encourager, hopefully, that it's okay to be getting no's for that. It's okay to feel the frustrated feelings, but try to be operating, let your rocket fuel be the emotions of like the hope and the potential of who is going to join you for the business, and that you're just filtering. Like, take the emotion out of it. Like, okay, totally fine. She said no. She'd be awesome at it, but I've caught her eye. Okay. The other thing I'll say in light of that is don't neglect the people in your life that are already in health circles, fitness instructors, nutritionists, dietitians, chiropractors, any entrepreneurial person, well, in general, but especially that's in kind of the health arena, because they may not have a supplement line that they promote, which is totally stupid, in my opinion. Like, if they're in those arenas, like if they're a fitness instructor, they should, heck yeah, have a supplement line that they're recommending. Okay. And they should be recommending the best one from the OG gut health company, Plexus, right? So anyways, be having those conversations with, if you go get a massage this week, or you go work out, or whatever, whoever name God drops on your brain in light of that right now, at this moment, write them down. And don't wait 2 years to go message them like today. So the quicker you can have that conversation, the quicker you can catch their eye. And if they're a no, always turn the no into a referral idea for them, like plant a seed with a referral. So what I'll say in line of that often is, hey, I so appreciate you getting back with me. My business is growing in your area because you want it to. Okay. And you just say, I would love it if you'd connect me with anybody that you know of that's looking for a leadership or entrepreneurial type opportunity. Okay. So I feel like that gives me hope, even in the no, that I can just quick voice message that super casually, super like, oh my words, we don't care that they said no necessarily, but because people change their mind all the time. Okay. But you messaging back with just a really heartfelt, hey, if you think of someone that you can connect me with, and you can even say, and hey, if there's people in your circle that you think could really benefit from my products or from the products that I use, It's all about gut health, reducing inflammation, blood sugar balance, hormone balance, nutrient absorption, those types of things. So feel free to connect us if you think of somebody. Okay. So you can always shift the conversation into referral and keep it super casual, right? Okay. So business conversations happening. Thank you, Melanie, for that. Look for the spark. You guys know what I'm talking about when I say spark. Look for people that are sparky on your team or people that you just meet, or be always kind of looking at, even when you're scrolling social media, or maybe you printed out your friends list, go through with a highlighter and highlight anyone that you're like, oh my word, they would be great at this. Like, we were in college together and they were super fun, or, whatever the connection was, but have those conversations with, and don't be afraid of the boldy coldies. Just be bold. Hey, I haven't talked to you in 10 years, but it's totally fine. I was going to message you because and talk to them about whatever you're feeling led to talk to them about. Sometimes I don't have the vibe that I need to have a business conversation with somebody. Sometimes it's a product conversation first. Okay. So use your own intuition to guide you, but also don't let fear let you default always to conversations. Okay. So Eden says having trouble connecting to audio. Oh, okay. Oops. Hopefully she will come back. Earn the cruise for 2. Angela, way to go. That's exciting. Okay. So now who on your team could work on some sort of goal? So think through who are your silvers, who are potential silvers, who could get a +1 that you could just spark them through just a little voice message or calling on the phone or leaving a little message like, hey, I'll share with you guys a quick idea, which I thought was brilliant. I don't know if Laura Koblenz is on this call, but I popped over to her house the other day and she was working on her Amish clients. And so she was going through her PV list. And I just thought it was super interesting. She said that medical professionals always get the new strains of projected viruses or sickness that's going to come out the next fall. She said they had I'm sure Brooke knows about this, but they were told that there was going to be a pandemic coming and what the germ or the specific virus was going to be called. And so there's another round of some sort of strain of COVID that's supposed to be coming out this fall. And so she's going to her zero PV Amish clients and maybe even her non-Amish, I don't remember, and just calling them and leaving messages and saying, hey, this is a combo that I'm recommending just because there's these projected viruses to come out this fall. And, this particular pack, I don't remember what she was calling it, but it's like that wellness pack it doesn't have slim, but it has 4 different things, which I'm pretty sure that comes in a non-welcome pack combo. If it doesn't, we just make our own, but a 4-pack of 100 PV, Immune Plus, X Factor, Mega X, I can't remember what else, but basic ProBio 5, but a combo that would help boost immune systems. And super smart to be having that conversation now, because how many of us, or how many of you used to, or maybe still struggle with allergies this time of year because of all the goldenrod, or sinus infections, when the weather shifts, right? So and remember, seasonally, there's shifts that our bodies have to take, with the shift of seasons. And so I just thought it was super smart to go to your people and say, hey, this is what I recommend, as the season shifts. There's often, a natural shift. And I think there's sometimes just a need for a body detox, when the seasons shift. And so anyways, she's kind of approaching it from as a health practitioner, this is what I would recommend, popping on these 4 products just because they will help boost your immune system. So anyways, I asked her to voice text me her verbiage when she's calling, just so I can kind of see what she's saying. But that's enough of a skeleton message that you can take and just tweak it to make it your own as a little product recommendation for those zero PV people. They're already not ordering, so you can make a little recommendation for them based on 100 PV order that would hopefully move them to be you know what, I should pop back on that. And if they didn't love the slim, totally fine. They can enjoy those other 4 immune boosting products. Okay, anyways, that's just an idea for you guys to help boost immunity this fall. Okay, so I'm going to answer the question for you guys. What do I do? Okay, this is the last 10 days of the month. All right, this is a significant section of the month. So in July, I started teaching you guys kind of my brain space on let's chunk the month down into groups of 10 into thirds. First 10 days, second 10 days, third 10 days. Okay. Helps my brain space. It helps if we can continue to work through this ourselves and also teach our teams. It avoids that whole end of month burnout where people basically cram a whole month's worth of work into 2 days, burn themselves out, throw themselves into adrenal fatigue, and then they're basically tapped out until the last 2 days of the next month. Okay. We don't want that. We don't want to be working like that. And so spreading it out, spreading the love, really, really helps. Really helps. Lips, don't forget. There's a feedback. Okay. So this is the last 10 days of the month. And so I'm going to help you answer the questions of what do I do? Okay. Some of you may be tapping in for the first time this month, or maybe the whole summer, or whatever, wherever you're at, or maybe you have been working all month long and you're like, I just came off a busy weekend. What am I doing again? So I'm going to help you relieve the brain space on that. What do I do is get on the calls and get your people on the calls. It is that simple. Okay. So here we go. There's 7 a.m. power hours happening every morning this week. Pop on those. If you're someone that likes to work with people, or you just want to see that other people are working too, pop on 7 a.m. It's super simple. Okay. There's Tuesday product calls through the end of this month. There's Thursday product calls through the end of business calls through the end of this month. Okay. And so it's operation, get people on the calls. All right. That includes your team. That includes potentials. That includes your new people. Like, let's build belief with all the people. So tomorrow, last week, Amy did her wheelhouse of plexus. So that was amazing. The fun thing that we're doing with these is we're live streaming them, and whoever is hosting on their wall, you can go snag that live stream and live stream it to your wall. So that's the cool thing, is we get to spread the net a lot wider because we're live streaming them. Okay. Plus they're going to be recorded as like a YouTube link as well. So then anyone that wasn't on the call, you can follow up and be like, hey, just wanted to pop this link over. Okay. So it's a great way to follow up. But Carissa and McKenna are taking tomorrow's product call, and it's going to be a back to school, like healthy tip hack type 20-minute call. So super fun. Each Tuesday call is going to probably have a different vibe or flavor, different title, just so that we can hopefully appeal to, more than one demographic, or it is just more enticing with a different title each week. Okay. So that'll be fun. And then remember, we are offering the leadership podcast study conversation at 7:45 every Tuesday. Okay. For just 30 minutes. So super simple, super short. If you don't get the podcast listened to, it's not the end of the world. You can pop on, listen to the girls chat about it to get your takeaways, and then you can listen to it afterwards. But I would encourage you guys, be listening to that leadership podcast by Brittany Howard. If you're not reading a network marketing book or a leadership book right now, at minimum, listen to a podcast, pop an earbud in, or get a book on Audible. I understand we're all in busy seasons in our lives, right? And so whatever that looks like, maybe it's just when you hop in the car, that's your system for personal growth. You just pop the podcast back on. It saves where you were at. So you're not having to go search YouTube for the link and find it, It's super easy. So that is such a simple thing, but it's an opportunity for you to plug into leadership growth and development that we are offering on our team. You don't have to go pay for it somewhere else. You can get it here. and as leaders, have your people pop on also. If you have some people that are starting to work the business, or you have people that work the business on your team, remind, tag them. I've already posted on the Momentum Makers about that. So, okay, there's my plug for that. And then Thursday's business call is actually going to be real income, real impact in that private Facebook group. Okay, so it's not a Zoom this week. It's going to be what's already hosted by Sally, and I can't remember who was all hosting, but we'll get the information out about that. Okay, so funneling people into the reset group this week, and then Tuesday and Thursday calls. Simple. Okay, and be having conversations about that. All right, so I wanted to just give a little pep talk about a couple things that I have heard recently and been challenged by, and that is make work cool again. Yeah, I don't know how many of you caught the Running to Emerald call that we did last, 2 weeks ago. It was really good. You can go find it on my YouTube. We're doing we're like a 2-part series for senior golds and above, but if you're not seeing your goals, you can totally go to catch the replay and listen to all the goodness. Okay. So BK Kroll, she's a really fun, sparky girl. She was like, make work cool again. This is, there's nothing wrong with hard work. And this business takes work. It takes consistent effort, right? And it really is we really can see that consistency compounding. And the lack of consistency is what really can kill this business also. And so, anyways, just wanted to encourage you with make work cool again. Whatever you need to do to make it fun. Put on some fun music, put on a fun shirt, go put some makeup on, or whatever it is. Get the Starbursts out. I don't know. Get your pink drink out. Make it fun. Okay, we already talked about looking for spark. Zero PV people. Oh, don't forget to be having business conversations. Okay. I've tried to forward Lauren Collinsworth's little voice clips to me about how she's sparking within her team, but look for spark within your team. Okay. That's warm market recruiting because you've already recruited them for the products. Okay. And they're loving their products. Why not talk to them about the business? And so she just says something simple like, hey, I've realized I've never chatted with you about the financial opportunity. Okay. Don't be afraid to go back and have those conversations. Do you guys know how many rubies and above I have on my team that were on my team for like 2 years before they started sharing? A high percentage of them. And so don't miss out on those people within your team. There's like gold in your backyard in your team, within your team. They might not be your level ones, but go through and look for that spark. Okay. And also you are the spark. So you may be able to light a really big fire by just popping in and being encouraging in that way. The other thing I was going to say about, that Lauren is doing is she's like, I'm making it my system every single time I sign up a new person. She's like, oh, and hey, I'm going to just send you this day one for sharing. So, I mean, might as well get your products paid for. And so she's just like putting it out there. She pops over day one. She's like, if you do it and you love it and you want day two, message me and I'll send it to you. Okay. So don't be afraid to like right off the bat, capitalize. Unless they've told you, no, I am no way, shape, or form sharing or doing this business. I would say free game, pop it over. What's the worst that they can do? Not listen to it. But I think we need to be making ourselves have these conversations. So, okay. Also wanted to encourage you guys back to the basics, power of 3. Every single person that's considering themselves working this business, even if you consider yourself a hobbyist in this business, needs to be doing power of 3 every single month. Okay. And that's simply just 3 level 1s every month. Okay. So by the 6-month mark, you want to have 18 people signed up. That way, on average, you have signed 3 people a month, right? And then for the entire year, you have 36 people new to your team on your level 1 base. That is step 1 for continued momentum on your team. Okay. Step 2 is helping duplication happen, raising up new silvers, raising up new golds, raising up new rubies. Guys, emerald is 3 rubies. And you could be one of those rubies, like single-handedly. If you have 100 people that you have recruited personally, you could be ruby, and then you need 2 other people ruby. All right. But out of those 100 people, I know you'll have some golds, you'll have some silvers, you'll have some +1. So there's like all sorts of people, making up that ruby team for you. So, okay, guys, it's not like, doesn't take millions of people. I think sometimes we have in our minds like, oh, all these people. It's a few people that are willing to tap in and do this business with you. Okay. So we're on the lookout for those people. But step 1 is consistent recruiting. Okay. So just wanted to put that out there. All right. So, and also every single month we need to be creating conversations. And so if you're like feeling like dead in the water, you're not having any conversations, look back and see what you were doing 90 days ago, because this business cycles in 90-day cycles. And so what we do today impacts what happens in 90 days. And just saying, last 10 days of the month, that's totally enough time to create lots of conversations. All right. Swing back to old conversations, have those businessy conversations, and let's just look and see, who am I working with these last 10 days of the month? Who am I working with? Who do you have that's working for a rank up? You need to go find out from your team. If they said they wanted to go silver, or they said they wanted to get their products paid for, what I'm going to do this week is get on the phone with people. Okay. How many of you have people in the wings that are like, yeah, send me day 1, or yeah, I want to get my products paid for, or yeah, hey, I will do that. They've made some sort of verbal agreement that yes, they're interested or they're in. Okay. Moving them from interested to like, I'm doing this and taking action, there's some sort of gap there. And so we as mentors need to find out what that is. Okay. And so I think the way to figure that out is to get on the phone with them. Okay. So challenging myself and you guys. So those of you who have those people, and I know you do, because multiple of you have expressed like, why are these people not doing what they said they wanted to do? I think we need to find out from just a phone call and be like, hey, what's up? Tell me all the things. How's your products going? Tell me about, where you're at with sharing. You have some conversations going. Have you thought of a few people? Okay. And remember, you mentally are going to be working them through the PLP. Okay. You're going to help them. Step one is make a post. If they haven't made a post, let's figure out why. Have you sent the verbiage to them? Like they have it all right there. They literally just have to copy paste. Okay. So that's step one. And while you're on the phone with them, do the post on the phone. Like, hey, I just sent you what to say. Just go copy paste that and pop a picture with it. Like literally, let's do it right now. That way it's done. Okay, so you're helping them make a post and then you're going to help them make a list. Okay, that's the L. The L could also be a live, but some people are not quite ready to do a live. You can kind of gauge who is, who isn't, and then host a party. So that is the flow. The little pivot for that would be like, hey, we're having these Tuesday, Thursday calls. Let's just get these people that you're having conversations with. Let's get them on one of the calls. Are they interested in more in the products or more in the business? Okay, so you see you can have how you can have that conversation. And you can also be like, okay, tell me what your top fears are with this. Okay, because they probably don't have belief built. They don't have belief built in themselves. They don't have belief built in this company, and they don't have belief built in the products. And so maybe a combination of one or more of those things. Often it's not that people it's not that they're unwilling to do the work. It's usually that they don't know what to do or what to say, or they feel insecure about that. And so it's our job to come alongside. I just had a call with someone that's interested in the business. She's been on the product for probably 4 years. And so after we chatted through, she's like, oh my word, I feel so much better just to be able to talk through things with you. So as much as maybe we would like it just to be systematized and people like pop on the team page and see something and go run with it, let's stop waiting for unicorns to show up and be willing to invest time, effort, and energy in people and just get on the phone. Relationship business. That's what this is, you guys. Okay. So there's my little spiel on that. And then lastly, I want to talk about intention. Okay. So I want all of us, how many? 15 of us, 14 of us to pop in the chat what our intention is for this week. Okay. Intention is something special. Intention is basically a different word for goal. Because some of you, when you hear the word goal, you're like, I don't want to use the word goal. When I say the word goal, then all this junk comes up for me because it's like, what if I don't hit the goal? And I'd rather not try than say I'm going to go for a goal and then not hit it. Okay, so goal can often have all this head trash connotation, PTSD, whatever. So I think the word intention is such a beautiful word because it shows that we have made a commitment to something. Okay, so what is your intention for this week? Okay, it's not try. It's not that you're going to try to do this or that, but you're making a specific concerted effort decision to go take action in some particular way, shape, or form in order to get a specific outcome. And it's interesting how when we write down that intention or those intentions, how much more likely we are to go actually do the thing. So I had made it my intention to close one. Sometimes you just have to like simplify your intention down to one thing. Then when you hit that intention, you're like, okay, now I'm going to go for intention number 2. So maybe you need to rate your intentions. Okay, who's popping in the chat? Let me see. Let's see. Yes, they did. Send day 1 to new peeps. Sometimes it's just that pivot or a little tweak on something we're already doing. It's like, oh, brilliant. I didn't even think of that. Ooh, Eden's intention is to go silver. That's exciting. Carissa is making intention to post every day, have 3 new conversations every day, and follow up with 1 customer each day. Super smart. And can I also say that the energy in which we approach these can make or break us. And so let's make sure our mindset is on point. Whatever you have to do, go on a run, go on a a walk with some worship music. Go listen to some hardcore like sales guy on Instagram. Angie and Brooke and I have this guy that we have, but like we share reels back and forth, but he's like super hardcore, but really, really good. I did pop the guys and the girls, whoever that Trisha Rieger listens to, like she has them in her earbud. And I think that is like rocket fuel. And so I think all of us can struggle in our mindset. And so if we take the action with like just negative thoughts or just in our brain, or maybe somebody's called us or messaged and said, hey, I'm not seeing results with these products, turn off, I want to cancel my account. Okay, you can't let that one thing bring you down in the dumps. Okay, all right, thanks for trying Plexus. Well, here's the link. You can go cancel your account. You can get your money back. Call in. I'm always here if you're ready to retry, so keep me posted. But you can't let that derail you. Okay, it's like next. All right, remember, we're in sales, so not 100% of people are going to love our products. Not 100% of people are going to stick with this business. Okay, so having rock solid mindset, excitement, and energy when we show up to do the post, do the message to start 3 new conversations. That is absolutely vital. Okay, Wendy's intention is to show up the calls at 7 a.m. every day, yay, and invite her people to do the same. Figure out what and where the Silver and Six is. Oh, it's posted, it's pinned to the top of the Momentum Makers group. And then like day 2 through 6 is in the comments. So yeah, you can go snag those. And one thing, Wendy, I have been doing is sending day 1 to current wholesalers. Like they're already loving their products. So I send day 1 and then I send a little voice clip and say, hey, depending on our conversation, hey, I know you're loving your products. I don't know if I ever talked to you about the financial opportunity or even just sharing enough to get your own products covered. But hey, we have this little training series. It's super simple. It's just it's a 6-day series. I just sent you day 1. If you work through it and you love it, just message me back and say, hey, Megan, I'm ready for day 2. All right, keep me posted. Something simple like that. Okay, super casual, but it's brilliant, Oh my word. Okay, Amber's intention is to help her level 1s add 1. Yes, bless a friend. Add someone for the business. Yeah, and I think we have to keep in mind that like people are at different stages. Like some people want a product experience first, and so that's totally fine. So we're helping them. And then some people we're stoking the fire to like help them get a +1. And while we're doing those things, we are on the lookout for the spark, for people that we want to ask to join us for this business. Okay, so we're kind of like being all things to all people with the people within our teams, because people have different goals, they have different aspirations, they want different things. And so it's meeting them where they're at for what they want. But this business gets super fun when you have people that catch the vision and have as much or more excitement than you for this opportunity. Okay, but people are only going to know about it by us talking about it. Okay, so don't shy away from sharing that with people. Okay. Heidi says, consistently post, reach out, and follow up with conversations. One friend shared she wanted to restart from when I started 3 years ago. So my goal is to close and help her order. Yes, try my pop on the phone idea. Don't even text her first. Just be like, hey, just call her up. My texts were bouncing back, so I couldn't even ask if I could call, right? So my lady said, working hard on at least 1 winning day sheet per day. Oh yeah, guys, don't forget, win the day sheet. Where's my worksheets in my folder? I have it printed out. So print out that win the day worksheet. Yes. And if you're senior gold or above and you are not in that other accountability chat, message me because I'll get you added. Wendy, I'll get you added to that today. Okay. And that's what we're doing. Win the day worksheet every single day. Okay. Jacqueline says, swing back to all the threads and conversations and rev them up and get them excited to move on to the next step. Then create an event to end the month. Add 3 to 6 new level 1s and help them post. Yes. And so if Post-it notes help you guys, put them out on your desk or on your wall around your computer where you can see like who you're working with. That's helped my brain space so much, is getting people on paper. Yes, we can open up our back office, but how often are we all in front of our back office? I'm not always in front of my back office. So keeping them like in my book, or I actually have them multiple places. I have them in my book. I've actually created a note in my phone with like potential silvers, and then like my team by rank up. And then I have my post-it notes from like end of 2022 with a little list. And then I have like January's and February's together. And then March, April, May, June, a post-it note for each month with my level ones. Okay, so that was my little system. I did talk about systems last week. If you missed last week's call, go to my YouTube channel and that call is there. So I had just some simple ideas for how I'm helping myself be more efficient. But if that's helpful to you, go back and check that. So, okay, that's what I have for you guys today. So you can use the next 20 minutes to get some work done. All right, so don't forget about reset challenge this week, the Tuesday, Thursday calls, and it's going to be an amazing week. All right, anyone have any questions or anything that you need to chat through real fast? Let's take a picture. If you can put your camera on, we'll get a picture, because we need to be showing our community and our culture that we have, right? All right, if any of you others are able to turn your camera on, besides the four of us, we'll get a quick pic. And these are great to pop in your stories, you know?
Wait.
Oh, here's Angie, she's back. Good morning, it's nice to see everyone's faces. Okay, sorry, I've got to move my shorts down. Adjustments. Some things I don't want to market. All right, 1, 2, 3, cheese. Morning base and all. I'll do one just with the screen too. Okay, 1, 2. All right. Oop, that was off center. Hang on. There we go. 1, 2, 3. Sweet. All righty. Well, guys, hi ho, here we go. Don't forget there's something coming out September 1st. Make sure you hop on that call. It's going to be amazing. And so anything you do this month contributes to what's happening in September. And there's doubled of something in September. So keep it in mind. Angie knows what it is. It's going to be awesome. Okay, I'll talk to y'all soon. See ya.